Thank you, Krooniskunks. And you know, all Estonians have slightly bigger footprint. You know why? Because we have all fly Air Baltic. Because Estonian Air is long ago bankrupt, we'd all be walking to Riga, but we have you. Thank you very much, Latvia. On sustainability, you said so rightly. We can never be silent when our freedoms are under discussion. And for Europe, sustainability also means independence and freedom. Because guess what? In Europe, there are no other ways to resolve the energy independence question than to go green. Many didn't understand it only 2 years ago. Today, you cannot find anybody in Europe who doesn't understand. Our future has to be energy independence. Energy independence has to be sustainable. There is absolutely no other way. Now, is sustainability sexy? That was the question you asked, and I started thinking, well, it is for many people and companies. For those who use stackable energy production solutions, diversified ones, who plan for off-grid power production and use, who do virtual power stations, all these peak shifters and all these other people, for them, absolutely, it's very sexy. But guess what? For the rest of us, for the old energy companies, for people who live in apartment blocks built in Soviet times, this is just damn hard work. Nothing sexy, damn hard work. But we need to do it. Because, of course, you in this room, most of you are young. And your children will ask this question of you, which you are asking from us nowadays. And this is, why on earth did you have to ruin the earth? And we cannot go on this way. Therefore, I can promise you that more and more enterprises here in Estonia, in whole Europe and globally are ready to do this hard work. But they are now already realizing that those who go first, they will also, business-wise, win big time. And those who are last, they will always pay. And this is something which small countries like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, most Europeans are small, have to keep in mind. First ones always win and the last ones always pay. There is no getting away from that. And if the big companies have now decided that the future is green and they have invested into it, then they will never let these costs sunk. They will make sure that finally our world is green. And this is actually very encouraging because, you know, if let's imagine in next COP meeting, heads of states come together and tell the world, we were joking, doesn't matter. Climate change is not necessary to fight for. We have bigger problems, you know, social problems, all that. It wouldn't help anymore because not only younger generations of people, but also our businesses have decided to go. They are in the race. First ones will win, last ones will lose. And of course, winning is by definition sexy. Therefore, I'm quite sure sustainability is sexy. Thank you for listening.
We will have a short Q&A session and welcome Merilei back on stage and please do sit down. I will just leave the stage and leave the stage just for two of you.
Thank you, Jaanis. Kersti, you spoke so powerfully that some businesses already know that sustainability is sexy, those who favor it, but for others it's damn hard work. How can we make this damn hard work still sexy?
I think the only way to do it is to realize that we are all in it together and that you cannot afford too much free riding. And it's so boring, but you know, it means that the regulatory environment has to be such that it pushes those who do not want to change and therefore creates level playing field, because without level playing field and in addition stable playing field, you really cannot invest into the future. Let's say, I mean, how we have handled it in Europe. Mm-hmm. Initially, Europe, for example, didn't consider gas as a green fuel. And then it decided it is green fuel. And only for those who can switch off a coal plant or oil shale plant, which means that for everybody else, they found themselves that they are losers in this situation. So we need stable, predictable, and actually this kind of regulatory environment which will push us and support our change towards green, because it's very important that citizens believe in it, and citizen activism can do a lot, but finally citizen activism also has to push politicians to make right decisions. And politicians luckily are extremely simple beings. They do what people want.
Very good. Simple human beings. Very good. But what can you give for the listener who is a decision maker, a business leader? What could be their one step to now do for the impact making?
It's very easy. If you do not have a plan on how to go green in 10 years' time, if you are a business which is established and needs to transform, then you're probably out of business already. I mean, let's face it, it's fine. Businesses can also choose to go out of business and do something different and start something new. There's nothing wrong with that. But for those actually who have really great ideas to use the best available technology and who are thinking about the risks related to the investment, then I'm quite sure that even if there are today some fluctuations about whether we will keep the deadlines and so on, finally there is always more demand and actually more added value in the stuff which is produced green. Because I know that already today there are companies who are losing their business partners because they have too big footprint. So it's a matter of urgency. There is no getting away from that.
Okay, but as a president, what was your way of actually pushing the sustainability agenda? Because you have done so many great things. Thank you for that.
Well, we started from our own office. We made our own office life less polluting. There were numerous ways, I can tell you, which we could actually take. And nowadays, I would say in Tallinn offices, as I go around, this is normal practice. But it wasn't in 2016. We've done that. In addition, of course, I try also personally to think that my footprint has to be controlled. I cycle around quite a lot and plan keep doing it. But of course, that sometimes results that you come on the stage and your hair is a mess and your dress maybe is also not quite in so good condition. So I'm actually asking people also to support each other in these kind of green solutions. It will make our life actually cozier if we do not look so posh, but we do move around in a less polluting way.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I guess one of the final questions I would like to ask you, it's a two-way question. So one, what is the biggest advantage that you think we have as Baltic states in making sustainability a bigger thing? And then what is the biggest disadvantage?
The biggest advantage is that most of our trade towards Western Europe goes through Nordic countries. And this is also the biggest disadvantage because we know they are the quickest movers. So actually we have to attach ourselves to where the Nordic countries are going. But because they are trendsetters and they are so decided to win out of this game, then we actually stand together with them and we are therefore transforming quicker. And of course it's easier to transform smaller economies like we are. So it's extremely important not to be discouraged about the demands of our Nordic business partners, but to go with them and to invest. This is an investment opportunity that your partners are ready to pay a premium in order to get the sustainable production. This is great advantage for Baltic states. Overall, of course, we all sit in the European common market, which is the world's biggest and richest common market, which means it is our job to create this green bubble, to make technologies feel comfortable here, the new technologies, until they are so cost effective that they can compete in the outside world already on the cost argument. This is our obligation in the Baltic states, Nordics, and all Europeans together.
Okay, thank you, Kersti, for coming. Big thanks for Kersti.
Thank you.